jump on this. But we're going to go through all the games. I'll show you all my prize picks for the week, and we're going to see how I fare, see the record at the end of it all. Thursday night tonight, Chiefs Lions. I think the Chiefs will still win without Travis Kelce. That offense is still really good with MVS, Kadarius Toney, and it's Patrick Mahomes at quarterback. He's one of the best in the league, if not the best in the league. So, and I think it'll be a closer game with Travis out. The Lions, I like that team a lot. Their defense is good. They signed C.J. Gardner-Johnson, who's on the Eagles last year. Unfortunately, he got hurt, so that's a big injury for them. But I think it'll still be a really good game. Swift leaving the Lions, or getting traded from the Lions and going to the Eagles. It'll be interesting to see how Gibbs fares on that. But I think it'll be a really good game to start off the season. Next one, we got Falcons and Panthers, NFC South rivalry right here. We'll actually get to see how Desmond Ridder is. You know, to my friends, I've been talking a lot of crap about him. I've had this bias against him just because he went to Cincinnati. I didn't really think he deserved to be in the playoffs the year that they made it. But he's here now. It's his time to shine. This is his offense. Kyle Pitts is back and healthy. Bijan is going to do great, I think. I love Bijan. I loved him when he was at Texas. It was a little bit weird, but now that I'm seeing Cordero go into different roles, I think it'll be a really good offense, and I'm looking for Drake London to have a pretty good year as well. Next, we have the Ravens versus Texans. The Texans, I think, have a really good young core on both sides of the ball. It's going to be interesting to see how C.J. Stroud fares in that, but I think Will Anderson will have a great year, possibly Defensive Rookie of the Year, and we'll just have to see. But I think the Ravens will win. Lamar is locked in. He got paid. I think he'll do great. I'm looking for Mark Andrews to have a bounce-back year, too. He had a little bit of a down year, tanked his fantasy stock and just his stock overall in general. But hopefully, once that season gets rolling, he heals up a little bit and Dobbins comes back. I think that offense is going to be really, really good. Bengals and Browns is the next game. I got the Bengals winning. I love Nick Chubb. You know, I think Deshaun is kind of on his last leg in the league, even though he just got paid a ton of money. He didn't really have a good year last year. They have DTR back there and waiting to take his spot. I think this could be a turnaround year for the Browns, but not in week one. Joe Burrow is ready to get back in the playoffs and actually win a Super Bowl this year. So it's going to be interesting to see him and Chase link up again. Their running backs, Joe Mixon, we'll see what kind of year he has coming up. Bucks and Vikings, this should be self-explanatory. Justin Jefferson is the best wide receiver in the league right now. The Bucks are just not what they used to, even with Mike Evans. Baker Mayfield, I don't think will be their quarterback of the future. I don't think he will be a long-term guy there. Ever since he left the Browns with the Panthers and the Rams, well, I guess that's only 1 year. But I just don't think that he's going to be their guy. I think he'll be a bridge from Brady to someone new, someone else, maybe Caleb Williams. Next up, we have the Jags versus the Colts. It's the same story as the Ravens, more developed core for the Jags with Trevor Lawrence, the addition of Calvin Ridley, Etienne, and Christian Kirk. I think they're going to win this game versus a less developed core and quarterback with Anthony Richardson. Interestingly enough, he spent 8 hours looking at film. So I think this is a game we could definitely see an upset in. I don't know, though. Next up, 49ers and Steelers. Now, I love George Pickens with all my heart. I love that man. With the addition of Broderick Jones and Darnell Washington, they could be pretty good. If Kenny Pickett can have a good year, if he can throw the ball downfield and have his accuracy, they're going to tear it up. They're going to be a sleeper pick in their division, I think, to win. Next up, Cardinals Commanders. Go ahead and pick the Commanders. Josh Dobbs as your starting quarterback. I don't really think that they'll be too good. I think James Conner is going to get a lot of work this week, but I have the Commanders winning that game. They'll dominate if Terry McLaurin is there. If he's playing, he was in a boot earlier this week. I think they'll be good if that's the case. If not, it could be a close one. Next is Eagles versus Patriots. A lot of people are picking the Patriots. They think they got a revamped offense. They got Mac Jones is going to have a good year. No. This is Jalen Hurts' time to prove that last season wasn't a fluke. I think he's going to come out pissed that he lost the Super Bowl because they were that close. That close. A.J. Brown's going to have a phenomenal year. I think Devonta Smith will have an even better year, and they added a better receiving back in Swift. Unfortunately, losing Miles Sanders does hurt. He was the top back in the league, but I think this offense is going to be as good as it is, and I think this defense is going to be even better. Packers and Bears. Packers, I have them winning. I just saw a report that Christian Watson didn't practice today or yesterday, so that could kind of change it up. I think Jordan Love's finally ready to step into the foreground, out of the foreground, and into the spotlight. Aaron Rodgers is gone. This is his team now, obviously. They got a fresh set of receivers. Lazard and Cobb left. I think the Packers are going to win this game. Rams versus Seahawks. I have the Rams winning this game. Even with Cooper Kupp out, I think Higbee is settled into this offense. I feel like Cam Akers is going to actually have a good year this year. All the pressure wasn't on him. I'm sure all the fantasy owners bitching at him all season went to his head, hurt him a little bit. I think he's going to have a great year, and I just think the Rams will win this game. Cowboys and Giants, Sunday Night Football, one of the oldest rivalries in the game. This is going to be a really good game. It's going to decide whether Dak is going to lead the league in interceptions or have an actual good year and lead them to the playoffs. And then we have the game of the week. Bills versus Jets, Monday Night Football. And the Monday Night Football game will not always be the game of the week. But this is going to be a great test for this Jets team, I think. The Bills, fallen short in the AFC. AFC is stacked right now with Kansas City, Bengals, Chargers, Bills. I think they are going to shine. They are going to shine. And I missed a few games earlier. We'll go back to those. But this is the game of the week right here. I think Josh Allen and Diggs need to up their connection. He has to hit him more, no matter what coverage it is. Sauce is probably going to guard him. It doesn't matter. They have to be on their stuff. Going back to the games I missed. Broncos and Raiders. I think the Broncos are going to win that one. Sean Payton came there and lit a fire under their asses. I mean, he is ready to go. He is ready to win. And I think Russell Wilson will show up, he will shine, and he will succeed this year. Another sleeper. Possibly a wild card, possibly the division. We will have to see. And then we have the Dolphins and Chargers. Another game that I thought could have been game of the week, just because of the Tua Herbert media beef with that. I think this was going to be a great game. I think the Dolphins will win this. No, I don't. Chargers are going to win this game. Justin Herbert is tired of all the criticism, all the social media quarterback stuff, and he'll come out slinging. Keenan Allen hopefully can stay healthy this year. He's going to have a great year. On to the picks. Here are my entries for this week. I've got a few of them. There were some free entries on Prize Picks. I'll have my code right here and in the description if you want to get a free $25. That also helps me get $25. So if you want to see more stuff like this, what's the hustle? You get free $25 when you deposit. So the first one is 6-man, a Dak special, half yard. Then I got Amon-Ra St. Brown, 6.5 receptions. I got Desmond Ridder over basically 200 yards in the air. We'll see. This is the test right here. If he can get 200 yards in the air with the weapons that he has, he will succeed. MVS, over 40 yards. Travis Kelce out, I definitely think he can get this. Same thing with Sky Moore. We'll see how many reps he gets. And I have Gibbs, 31.5 more yards. Like I said, Gibbs can get a more role. It's a check down offense. Swift had a bunch of routes and check down receptions last year and a few years ago. We'll see. Gibbs Another one, more than 3.5 receptions. I think he can get it. Mahomes, he's Mahomes. He's Patrick Mahomes. He's gonna throw the ball. He's gonna get yards. I think he can get this one. Pacheco, more than 51.5 rushing. Another MVS. Goff, 2 passing touchdowns. He'll definitely get this. People have been slamming this. And then David Montgomery, over 12.5 receiving yards. I think this was a sneaky, easy pick for this game. That's my Monday night picks. Now, more picks. This is my goat whale. Goat whale. This is gonna be season long. We're watching this. Dak Prescott, 12.5 more interceptions, more than 12.5 interceptions on the year. He's led the league, and he barely played the other year. Desmond Ridder, over 2,500 yards in the air this season. Well, 2,575.5. But Hurts, only one 100-yard rushing yard game. Let's do it. Let's get 2, just to be safe. Amon-Ra, over 1,000 yards. Goff is going to look at him more than anybody on this team. I think he'll do good. And then forgot the GOAT. Justin Jefferson, over 8.5 touchdowns. And then Jahmyr Gibbs, 660.5 rushing yards. Got the over. Then I got a free 3-man. Hurts, over 237 yards in the air. Bijan, over 71.5 rushing yards. And then Drake London, over 47.5 receiving yards. And the last free pick, 6-man pick, Drake London, over 47.5 receiving yards again. Kelsey, out. Kind of ruined that, but that just drops it down a little bit. So that drops to a 5. I think that might change, though. I don't know. If I get 10, I get 10. Hurts, over 45.5 rushing yards. Diggs, 1 receiving touchdown. Bijan, 1 rushing touchdown. And Mahomes throwing less than 300. Kind of faded myself. But I think he'll have 280-ish. 280-ish. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this. I'll have this out every week before the games start. Thank you all guys so much for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe. And I'll see you in the next one.